Hi guys. Okay, bear with me because I'm not the best at this, at holding a phone and going through the motions of what I do. So please be patient with me. If I'm going too fast, feel free to ask me any questions of things that might come up as I'm going along. I don't mind answering any questions. But this right here is my software. This is Vinyl Master Pro. This right here is the image that I'm actually going to cut for y'all. And the reason why I selected this image is because you could see that it's broken up in little pieces, and it's kind of tiny as well as far as the letters are concerned and stuff like that. I didn't want to make it too big, so you could see that even as a smaller image, you could get a really good cut. This is my cutter right here. This is the one that I posted about. Is a US cutter. And it's a MH721. Okay, so anyhow, so when I go into my software, I obviously go in, I file. If I've downloaded the image from somewhere else, I go in and I import my image, and then I pretty much select from where. Image, graphic, vector, logo, whatever, but in this case it's just an image that I got from the internet. So then it automatically populates here, and I stretch it, I do what I want with it, make it smaller, whatever I want. So after I'm done with it and I'm okay with it, I go right here to the contour cutting logo, which is in a little apple right here. I select create cut contour. So then it takes me to this screen, and pretty much it's telling me, it says the image is not vectorized. It's telling me that an image was detected. So do I wish to include their auto trace contours? And yes, that's exactly what I want. So I select yes. So then it takes me to this screen and I trace it right down here. I want to trace my image. So I go on and I trace it, and that's what the program is doing. It traces it for me. Here I have a choice of keeping the holes, not keeping the holes. I pretty much like keeping the holes, especially if I'm placing it on a dark shirt, so you could kind of see whatever holes it has. You could see the background as well. That's just a matter of preference though. I like the trace, so I'm going to go ahead and apply. And then it's going to take me to this screen asking me now, I could add a border to my image if I want to. For example, you'll see as I click on this, how it changes. See? Which facilitates a better cutting as well. But for sake of this video, I'm not going to add a border. I'm going to leave it as minimal as possible because I want y'all to see how accurate this cutter is. So I'm going to leave it like that. I'm going to accept it. So now, after I'm done and I'm okay, I'm good to go. As you could see the outline is traced now in my canvas. You could see it now. So as I go up here, back to the apple, I'm gonna now contour cut wizard. Now I'm ready to cut my image. First, obviously I gotta print it, but yeah. So it's gonna take me to this screen, and you can see the registration marks here. So this pretty much, you set it up as you would normally set up your printing properties. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna actually do landscape because I want it to fit as much as I can. And I'm gonna go in here and make sure everything, my paper size, this is gonna be A-sub. I'm gonna use the A-sub settings, although it's not A-sub paper. This is StarCraft actually. I don't have that saved, so A-sub will work. So I'm gonna click landscape, color, all that. I don't need to mirror the image, and all that should be good. So I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna okay it. It's on landscape, I'm gonna okay it. And there you go. I'm going to go here. You see these red lines? This means that the image, the registration marks are out of the margins for the cutter to go ahead and cut accurately. So whenever you see those red margins, it means that you have a problem. So what I usually do, I usually come here and I go ahead and mark my position as closest, my registration mark as closest as I want to the paper. And as you can see, the red margin disappear. But I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna move it a little bit more up to kind of center it a little bit. So right now I'm gonna go hit the print. So what this is gonna do is gonna print my image now with the registration marks, which I've already done here for the sake of time and to keep the video short. I went ahead and already printed my image. So you can see it right here. It has all the registration marks, right? And that's my image. So I'm not gonna really print it. So I'm gonna open my printer drawers so it doesn't go ahead and print. So I'm gonna hit print because I need my cutting option next. It's what's gonna be next. So when I hit print, you can see then you have your cut, right? Because that's what we're gonna do next. So now I'm gonna get my image. I'm gonna place it right here in my cutter. And please bear with me. Let me see how I can position this so y'all could see as well as I do this. Which I'll get closer. So I'm gonna put it here in my cutter, right? Align my paper the way it should be, right below the black little dot for the first registration mark. Anchor it. Okay, that looks good. I think we're good here. Okay, so back to this, as you could see, right? Put it there. So then I'm gonna go back here. Oh, the paper. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna go back here and I'm gonna click on cut. My image is printed. I set it on the cutter. Now I'm gonna do cut. It's gonna take me to this screen now. And this screen is where all the magic happens, right? So there it is. It's telling me, okay, position the blade right below the black dot. It's what pretty much is telling me. So once you have it, you click on next. And as you're gonna see this move from here to the next registration mark, and then I'm gonna show you in the cutter as well. So I'm gonna click next. See, moved, and in the cutter as well. So now you see that it's off, very off. But right here, I'm gonna click on these keys right here to try to center my image as much as possible. Go back over here so y'all could see. What I try to do is, I try to get a light because as you can see, I don't have a laser. So I have this light here because what I do is I look in here and then I also see where the needle is. I press it down a little bit to see where the needle is. And it's off still. So I'm gonna go back, press down again, and that's perfect right there. That's in the middle of that registration mark. I'm sorry if it looks too blurry, if I came in too close. So I'm okay with that one. So I'm gonna do next. So now it's taking me to the other registration mark. And as you could see as well in the computer. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the same process. I'm gonna go ahead, try to line it up. And that looks to be, to me, pretty darn accurate also, right there, where it is. So I'm gonna hit next again. Let me see. Bingo, nice. I'm gonna hit next again to start to the beginning. And again, here's where it is. So I'm gonna hit next again. And it's going back to this one, to the original one. And I'm okay with that one as well. So now, if everything checks out, everything looks good, your blade is on the middle of that registration mark as close as possible. It's not gonna be perfect, y'all, it's not. But if you could get it as close as possible, you're gonna get a near perfect cut, okay? So that's very important. So when you go here, you do next, right? Everything checked out good. You go on, you do next. And it's telling you the alignment that they agree, the alignment checked out. And now I'm gonna hit cut now, right? Now it's telling me, you sure you wanna proceed with this cutting? And I'm gonna say yes. And now the thing is doing what it needs to do. And as you could see, it's cutting around all those pieces. I mean, I don't know. It can't get any better than this to me. I absolutely love this cutter and the software as well. And I'll say this though, you might not be able to do this with every single image, because of course if you have images that you're downloading that have lots of little pieces all around it and stuff like that, it's going to be very challenging for the cutter as well. So it might not always work for every single image, but for pretty much images that are clear cut, straight to the point, I mean, you have something good right here. So there you have it. My image is cut. Now I'm going to peel it so you could see how it comes out from the paper. And I'm sorry, again, bear with me. Okay, make sure that y'all are seeing what I'm seeing at this angle that I have this phone on. I hope so. Now, this StarCraft paper gets a little bit challenging to tear from the back. Sometimes it sticks really bad. So I'm gonna need this to help me. There you go, I got it. Once you get a little corner, then you're good. Okay, y'all are still with me? I hope so. I'm sorry if y'all didn't see a lot of that. So right here, as you could see, I'm peeling, right? I'm sorry, I'm a lefty. I'm peeling. I'm gonna peel this image. Let me do something, hold on. Let's do this. Okay. I think we're good there. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna go on, I'm gonna peel it. Look at that, y'all. Look at that. Look at that. Check that out. Tell me if that's not amazing. Of course, this has the little holes, so I have to get this out. But there you go. The next one. There you go. It can't get any better than this. I mean, and maybe I'm being a little bit biased because I have nothing else to compare it to. I haven't, this is the first equipment that I bought when I started doing this. So I really don't have nothing to compare it to, but I don't need to. You know, I'm very, very happy with this cutter and this software and how good it does what it needs to do. Now, when you have these pieces, that's why you need a mask. Because when you have little pieces like this, it's recommended. Hold on, let me take this one off so you could see. Since this one has color, so you could see. See that? There you go, y'all. I mean, I'm happy with it. I am. So, as I was saying, because of the little pieces, you could get, there's a mask that you could stick on top of this, and then with a squeegee, you come behind it, and you pretty much press hard on it, and then this should transfer to the mask, and then you should be able to place that on your shirt like vinyl. So that's pretty much the gist of it all. It's not hard at all to do what you need to do. It's pretty, to me, it's very good. Something else that I wanted to show y'all with this Cutter 2, the software, I love the fact that if you want to do vinyl, you could actually cut by color. Like here you can see I have 2 colors, right? Obviously I want to do red and black. So if I want to go ahead, now I'm going to do this as vinyl cutting. This has nothing to do with contour. If I want to go ahead and send to Cutter, I separate by color, and you could see here, it only has my red letters showing only, as you could see, only my red. If I want, then I cut my letters in red, and then if I want to go cut my letter in black, I go ahead and cut my letters in black. And that's what it does. It separates colors for you as well. If you have an image with a lot of colors that you would like, oh, I would like to really like layer those colors, you could ungroup that image, and again, you could go ahead and cut by color as well. So, I mean, it has a lot of benefits. And I know that there's so much more that I have yet to learn myself still. I know that this is just probably just the surface of what this program does. I know that it's been around for many years. You hear pros and cons about it. And I agree with everybody when they say it's such a hard program to understand and learn. Yes, it took me a long time to understand this program as well, as far as to really get the basics down packed and stuff like that. But overall, once you got it, you got it. You know, it's one of those things. But anyway, I just wanted to show you that little extra piece. But I hope you found this video beneficial as far as the contour cutting. Again, as you could see, my image, it did exactly how I wanted it to do. Yes, it's in pieces, but again, that's why that mask is beneficial. And if you have something that is not in pieces like this, then even better, because you just cut it and you just, boom, you just place it. You don't need a mask or anything like that. Okay? Thank y'all for watching. I appreciate you showing interest and reaching out as far as wanting to know how to do this. By all means, I'll say this again, I'm not an expert, but I try to help as much as I can. Y'all have a great day.